New fallout in the Bill Cosby sexual assault allegations. The Associated Press releasing video of an interview with the comedy legend and his wife Camille, in which he refuses to answer questions about the accusations and takes the reporter to task for even asking them.
I just wanted to ask if you wanted to respond at all about whether any of that was true.
There's no response.
Okay. Can I ask you, if with the persona that people know about Bill Cosby, should they believe anything differently about what?
There is no comment about that, and I'll tell you why. Okay. I think you were told. I don't want to compromise your integrity, but I don't talk about it.
Very uncomfortable. Well, the interview takes a dramatic turn even from there when Cosby thinks the cameras are off and makes this request about those sex abuse questions.
Now, can I get something from you?
What's that?
That none of that will be shown?
I can't promise that myself.
I would appreciate it if it was scuttled.
I hear you.
I think if you want to consider yourself to be serious, that it will not appear anywhere.
Okay. I appreciate what you've asked.
Wow. Meantime, as more women come forward alleging Cosby drugged and sexually assaulted them decades ago, media outlets distancing themselves. NBC dropping a planned pilot some saw as Cosby's big TV comeback. Netflix postponing a Cosby stand-up special, and TV Land pulling reruns of The Cosby Show. We could be witnessing a dramatic fall from grace here. Some of that footage was just extremely difficult to watch. But again, these are allegations from decades ago in many cases.
Yes.
What legally could we see happen here? I mean, is there much ground for the accusers to stand on?
Well, certainly they have grounds to stand on. Can they actually bring it to court? That's a different question. And the more alleged victims that come out, the harder it is for me to answer that question, because typically most states have a statute of limitations, and that statute of limitations runs, and when it runs, you can no longer bring that claim.
Are there any that don't on sexual assault?
There might be. I can't say for sure. Yeah. I think there might be some states that have no statute of limitation for sexual assault. There are no statute of limitations for murder.
Yes, sure.
But most states do have limitations for sexual assaults. I can't say all of them do.
So could he ever...
if one of these ladies, I'm sorry to interrupt you, if one of these ladies comes from a state that does not have a statute of limitations, then yes, it could be pursued. But that just means legally it could be pursued. Yeah. The problem is really a practical one. Sexual abuse or sexual assault cases are difficult anyway, because most often it's not done at the 50-yard line at a football stadium where you have a lot of witnesses. So it becomes a he said, she said. So a lot of the evidence that's relied upon is forensic evidence, which is long gone.
What if you have a pattern of abuse? What if you have sworn testimony from, multiple alleged victims who are saying the same thing, establishing a pattern by the perpetrator?
The idea of admitting pattern of abuse evidence is a difficult one. It's done sometimes. It's very limited. Most cases that are reversed on appeal in criminal court are reversed on what's called Williams Rule evidence, or similar fact evidence, where they bring in another crime to prove you committed this crime. Because the law requires that you be proven guilty of this offense based on the evidence you committed this offense, not I did 15 burglaries before, so I must have done this burglary. There are circumstances that it does come in, but it's very difficult.
We're so inside baseball right now. You've been observing this as an outsider. What's happened so far, the interviews that have taken place, the accusers that have come out. Just generally, what do you make of what you've seen so far?
Well, it looks very bad for him, because, I do recognize that there are people out there, and, maybe among the accusers, one of them is somebody who decided to profit from it. That happens. Sure. There are people who say, oh, this celebrity is being accused of this and this. I'll jump on that train and I'll get settlement money because they want me to go away. I don't believe there are a lot of women who would put themselves through that for money. But there's the possibility. Now, as more and more women come forward and say this, you've got to say that
Judge,
can't
why
be.
now, though?
That can't
18
be.
women
But why
from
now?
reports. We're at 18 women who
Janice,
come forward.
Janice
I mean,
Dickinson
at
wrote
that
that
point,
in
you have to
her
say-
autobiography in
Huge number.
2002.
Yeah, at that point,
That's a
she
huge
wrote it.
She
She wrote about
tried.
it before that.
Yeah.
Nobody paid attention to it.
Well, the editors took it out because they didn't want to get into
you know, when
illegal
it goes
wrangling
beyond
with him.
when it goes beyond. First of all, every allegation should be taken seriously. Every single one of them.
But now
you got to
But
vet so
as
many
more
of them.
numbers come out, it becomes statistically almost impossible.
Now the money's talking because those networks are canceling shows, and this becomes big. We'll keep following it for you.